Hello, thank you for tuning into my channel. I'm getting ready for the Busybody Quilt Along by choosing my fabrics. So if you want to see how I choose fabrics for this pattern, please stay tuned. I'm really excited about this quilt pattern. I wrote it a couple years ago, but I'm really excited now to share it with you guys. It is available right now on my Etsy site, so you can go and get it there. But I want to do a quilt along maybe over the next couple months, so maybe April, May, June will probably be when I release a video for it. I like this quilt because it is beginner friendly. And today I'm going to go ahead and pull my fabrics. I showed in a Whip It Wednesday video that I think I already have the fabrics chosen that I want. So let's go into it. This quilt calls for 5-inch squares and 1.5-inch strips and 2.5-inch strips. For my 5-inch squares, I'm actually shopping my stash, and I'm using a fat quarter bundle that I got for Christmas. This is actually a Paw Patrol. It's a TV show on Nickelodeon about some rescue dogs or something like that. And so I'm going to use this fabric and cut it up into 5-inch squares. Since I'm going to make the twin of this, I'm going to need 84 squares total, and these 5 fat quarters are going to give me 12 each. So I'm only going to be able to get 60 squares. So in order to get the other 24 squares, I'm actually going to use these extra little pieces, these extra scraps that I found. And the colors kind of coordinate. This fabric, these are like 2 basic colorways. I consider this like these are like red, blue, yellow, green. And then this side is kind of pink, purple, turquoise. So I pulled these to maybe pull a little bit more of these colors out. And so I'll be cutting 5-inch squares from all of these. And then I was going to shop my stash for some other, the 1.5 and the 2.5. So what I decided to do, I'm going to leave this here, and then I'll pull my fabric ideas up for what I'm going to do. First, we'll go over the ones that didn't work, then I'll show you what I decided to work with. I was going to pull for a light background and a dark background. So the 1.5-inch strips will be the lighter, and then the 2.5 will be darker, just like on the quilt diagram. So one of the first things I pulled, again, these were already in my stash, so I didn't have to go out and purchase. I pulled some, these are kind of off-white. This one it's actually a grunge fabric right here. Okay. And so I'll put this one on this side. And then this is another one, I don't know what it's called, but I like it because it has those silver dots on it. And so these could be okay 1.5-inch strips for my to border these. My only concern is that these fabrics are very white. They have a lot of a pretty stark white in them, so I'm concerned with how the off-white will look with them. Also, there's a concern, you know, I just want to make sure I have enough fabric for them. So these are actually out, but for a dark background, I did consider this gray. It's really nice. And if you look at the pattern, depending on the size that you choose, it'll tell you how many strips of 1.5 and 2.5 you need. My only concern with this one is that there just isn't enough of it. I only have like maybe a 1/4 yard of this right now. And so I would have to order more in to be able to use it. So these 3 are out right now. I was also going to try to do for the 1.5-inch a bolder background. So, and maybe you can tell automatically that this won't work. This one might work, I just don't think I have enough of it. But I was gonna think about making it very scrappy. So using all these as the 1.5-inch strip, which would mean I would have to purchase for the 2.5 inch strip. But I love all of these fabrics. I just, at this point with these, I just feel like it would be too busy. So I decided not to go with these. Again, love them, but they were already in my stash. They're just, the fabrics are just a little busy for my taste, even though this one I think could work. Maybe with this side, but I don't know about that side. Okay. Another thing I considered was pulling some grays from my stash. And these are, all of these are fabrics that you've seen before. This one was from the Alphabet Quilt. And look at that. I mean, of course, that's absolutely gorgeous. And then these are from the Bargello Quilt. And I like all of these. Again, a concern is having enough fabric. So it would be scrappy. If it's what you have is a mixture like this and you want to try it, I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. I think that this light gray would be really cute with my quilt. I just don't know if I have enough of it. So what I finally decided was to go a completely different way. First, I'm going to show you what I've chosen for my 2.5 inch strips. And when I saw it the first time, I was very concerned about using it. But I'm less concerned now because I think I have enough of it. This is it was already in my stash. Somebody gave it to me. My local supplier at school, the person who brings me a lot of fabric, she brought these in with some fabrics. And so these are going to be my 2.5 inch strip. And I like it because it's a bold pattern. I think it's going to frame out. Hopefully you can see it's going to frame out both of these because it has that black in it. And then the white, which of course goes with the white in these. Also, since I've gone with something a little bit different for my 1.5 inch strip. So this is pretty bold to me, I think, for a 2.5 inch strip. But I pulled this for my 1.5 inch strip. So I'm not 100% sure that it actually goes with any of these fabrics. There is a little bit of green, and hopefully it won't fight too much with the turquoise. Okay, so this is what I've decided to go with, I think. I'm pretty sure because it was already in my stash, so I won't have to purchase anything for this quilt top. I am, if you have questions about this or any kind of comments, I would love to get your feedback on this. Of course, you don't really know what it's going to look like until you cut it up, but I'm excited. I encourage you, as you're looking for your fabrics, shop your stash. There may be something that you have that you didn't realize that you had that you could use for this busybody quilt. It doesn't need a lot of sewing, but you just want to make sure that you have enough. Again, the pattern, it is available on Etsy, so you can go get it. And I'll probably put up a video sometime in April, maybe the middle of April, to get started on this. But I'm really excited. Let me know what you think about my fabric choices. I'd love to see your fabric choices. If you have questions, leave them in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!